Don't worry, I'm recording it already for the people that couldn't get. So, and always close your anchor points. That's the only way you can color this. If you don't close this, if it's open, you can't color it. Just like pouring paint inside a bucket, it can't work. Inside an open bucket, so you have to close it. Close it up. So now don't forget to press either enter or you click done. This hand tool is new. Okay, so you click done. Now you click again. This is taking most of our time. But I hope we're getting the point.
Yes, we're getting.
So, let's leave it like this. And the last point. So now you'll be asking yourself, what about these edges that are out? You can max it out. So that's why I didn't bother with them. So we've gotten something like this, something like this, something like this, and this. So we can fill it. Move this. Now there's a new plugin called noise. I don't know whether any of you have heard of noise.
Noise.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It does how noise is like when you put those dots on a picture or an image. It noises a picture, more like the normal way you have it on what's it called, on Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is for what's it called, for Figma. It's actually a plugin. Okay. Let me just quickly show. So if you go to plugins, I have quite a number of plugins. So you see noise. Although for now it's in two different colors, white and black. So this is like if you invert it to change to the white. So you can select how long you want it to be, how short you want it to be. And just click OK. So you see what happened now. You can select the density of the noise, for example. You can lay it over. So it's more, but it's still flawed. It's still not yet fine-tuned.
So what plugin is this?
Noise.
Thank you. Okay.
So you can search for it on the plugin panel. I'll share some plugins that I use. You can see a whole lot of them. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I wanted to ask about that. So, thank you very much.
No problem. So now we can see. So to start with, this is almost as if it's coming up from the ground. So then if you notice, this person noised this. Can you see it? There's a noise here.
Yes. Okay.
Noise here. So, but we can't use this our own particular kind of noise because it's not as it will not be as accurate as this. It will take time. I can make it to look like almost like that, but it will take a lot of time. So, but it can be easily done on Photoshop. So let me group this. Now, there should be a box. That's this line.
Okay.
If you look intently, you notice the line. Are you seeing a line here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's something that's looking like a shadow.
Yeah.
So I'll create something like this. Select boots and max. Now
Okay.
this should be at the back.
Okay.
So that's now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut off this particular part.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah.
A minute.
I'm coming. I'm on the call.
What's happening? Oh, okay, let me try this. So let
I
me.
think you should reduce. Okay.
So now, see, it has worked.
Yeah.
So I use subtract.
So subtract. Okay.
So let me show you what I did. Now, max actually marks it on this, but if you use this subtract here, you subtract the excess
selection.
part. Yeah. So now you can fix this. Actually, I need and the beauty of this is inside this is still here, but it's just missed. So let me duplicate it, then I'll pull it out of the subtract and it appears. So let me use the same stuff for this. So that's why is it not subtracting again? No. Let's see. This one wants to take. This one will take a little bit of time. So let's get to the meat of the matter. Later we can fine tune that. We can get that to remove it. So let's move to artboard. So always use this particular tools to make your work look aligned to the center or to the sides. Any place that you want to align your work.
Okay.
So there's a plugin I always have. This plugin is a plugin now. It's a CSS extension. It's a Chrome extension.
It is Chrome extension. Okay.
So CSS viewer.
Okay.
Then I have this full page screen capture.
Okay.
So these two are very important. For example, I want to know the size of a button. Let's use YouTube for example.
Okay.
So I want to know the size of this. You see, it's telling me that the font used is Roboto. Can you see it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's telling me the size. The height is what? 26 pixels. The width is 562.
Interesting.
So you can actually use it to know the exact. You see the color. The border color is CCC.
Okay.
And you are seeing everything, all the CSS. So you can actually use it to pick stuff. Also, the screen captures the whole screen, right? So, but this is an infinite scroll, so it is going to take very, very long. It can't even finish. So the screen capture will elapse, especially because it's on YouTube. But if it's a website, you can easily capture it. So that's by the way.
Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. For the CSS viewer, can it get a font on a particular picture?
A picture, no.
Like this. Okay, it can't.
But if you want to get the font I was used here, there are sites that you can use to get the font.
Okay.
Sites like this. What the font?
What's the font?
So that's myfonts.com.
Okay.
Myfont.com.
Yes.
Okay.
So you just upload
an image. Oh, interesting.
So let's try it. Let's see the fonts that they used. So I didn't download the image. So I will save the image so that it will be on my system, and I can pull it up and drag. I can drag it. So if you drag it, you see what it's doing. It has selected this. So let's know the fonts that. So there are a series of fonts that is suggesting that is resembling all these fonts. So
it gives you options of fonts that
look like that. Exactly.
Okay.
So this one looks very, very
much alike. Yes.
Similar. In fact, is this font that I was used. If you look at it.
Oh yes.
So now, but it's for sale here. So what I do is,
copy.
So it's not a free font here. So I copy this.
You copy.
Yeah. You want me to copy you, so let me click you now. So if I copy this font,
Open display. Okay.
So if I copy it, I'll just paste it here.
Okay.
You see?
Now, one key with that. Which key with that?
So if I now click it here, you now see other fonts that give you the free fonts. So how many of you has Figma that you can use your local fonts on Figma? How many of you has enabled it?
Local font.
Yeah, you can use
enable local fonts.
Sorry, I don't understand what the question is.
How many of you has Figma enabled on their local they have their local fonts enabled on Figma?
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, you've done that.
Yes.
Okay, any other person?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
If you have done it, you understand the question. Maybe you've not done it. Okay, now see what I mean. Let me what we are working with. Let's say I just type this on your Figma and see what you get. You have this font like this is not a font that you see on Figma, a vertical.
Yes, a vertical.
Yes. So I downloaded it, installed it on my system, then I now moved it to because I enabled my local fonts. It's easily moved. It can now appear on my Figma. Do you understand now?
Yes.
Okay, now let me show you something. Let me go back to my files. Now you go to settings. There's my settings. Okay, you go to. I have quite a different view from yours, obviously. So you go to settings. You get to fonts, and who says that he or she don't have it installed?
Me.
Yes,
I don't.
So can you get to this place are you on your system?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me.
Okay, can you get to settings? I don't actually know how yours will look, whether it will still look like this.
Settings. I've seen fonts.
You've seen fonts? So it will tell you to download.
So it's saying local fonts are enabled. You have 600.
Okay, your local. That means you've done it then.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What about you? What's your name again?
Me?
Yeah, Ayo. Have you?
Not yet.
So you have to download the Nebula, right?
Yeah.
So when you do that, all your local fonts will show.
Okay.
So you can.
Sorry, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Your one is actually showing download uninstaller to disable local fonts.
Exactly. That's
why mine?
Yours is showing what?
Mine is actually showing disable local fonts. You can uninstall Figma from your control panel.
Mine's never showing that.
Actually, my account is quite different.
Okay.
I don't know how it will be showing. That's why I said I don't know. Like you can't see these stuffs on your account. So
now I understand.
So I don't know how it will be showing on.
This is the latest Figma.
No, I mean community. I mean Figma beta community. So
community. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's why this thing was reconfigured. Like even if you look at my profile, it's reconfigured like this. So that's why I can't really know how exactly yours will look like.
The levels to this shit.
It's not look like
it's not level anything. No.
Okay.
Still learning. So we're going to use this font for now, so that we don't bother with installing. I don't bother about installing that font on my system. So let me use this vertical. Let me use something closer. So who can tell me what I can use to simulate this kind of dark shape? Who can tell me what I can use to create this kind of effect?
Yeah, I think
maybe
you draw a rectangle, then you make it, you do a linear something.
Yeah, I know.
You think it can work?
Am I correct?
Let's see whether this will work.
Someone, there's noise coming from someone.
Yeah.
Who is making that noise? Are you listening to NTA? So, how many of you knows that you can cut a circle like this?
I do.
Okay, so everybody knows.
Yeah,
So you say what?
I just let that just now.
Okay, so you can actually sweep the arc. So you can open it up. Just if you create a circle, you click on this. If you see it's changed to an arc, you sweep it open.
Yeah.
Then if you want to create all those sweet pie charts, all those sweet progress bar, you can just
Yeah.
understand.
Hi. You're doing well.
So that's for that. So what I will need is a semicircle. So I'll sweep it 50%.
Yeah.
I'll bring it down. So now what I'll do is I'll try to use this particular effect called blur radius. I'll use blur. So most of us use drop shadow always.
Drop shadow.
But you can actually change it to background blur. You can use layer blur. Let's use layer blur. So let's say we are blurring it to 20. Let's say 30.
Change the color.
Yeah, we'll change the color. So let's see. Let's change the color to the stuff. It's not black. So let's see. Let's blur to 40.
45.
Let's say 50. It's not looking exactly because this color needs to. Let me use this color, then so you tweak it till it looks like what you're looking for. But we've seen how you can use other effects apart from drop shadow to simulate what you want to get. So always align. Make sure your work aligns to either the center or the left or right. Don't leave your work unaligned. Right?
Yes.
So now they used a hierarchy here. So you're going to use that stuff we talked about, hierarchy. You see that you can easily see the important text. The important text is what?
Welcome.
Exactly. So that's what captures your attention. So other ones is secondary. So that's why it's smaller. So that is that. Our screen is looking as if it's small, right?
Yeah, kind of.
It's not small. It's because the illustration is big.
Big, yeah.
So we're going to make it smaller later. Now, most of us, I'm doing this without using layered grid. Is a bad practice. So you have to always create a layered grid. Depending on what you are designing for or with, you can design with what's it called, material design. So designing with material design, there's a specified space from the left and from the right, margin from the left and from the right. Right? So this space is what I mean, this margin. There's a specified margin. So I'm going to be using 16. 16 is for material design. Though it's been a while I checked, but I know it's 16. Or is there anybody that checked recently? We can always check my field is 16.
Where can we check this?
Just material.io.
Material.io. Okay.
IO. So it's a whole lot in the site. So you can also learn you can get many resources, icons and stuff. So if you hear of Google Material, this is where you can get it. Right?
Yeah.
So you can see all the stuff, Google team, the material, that team and stuff. So let's see layouts. Spacing methods. So you see they have spaces for all these stuff.
Okay.
12. So these are like their standard.
Standard, okay.
See, all these things have their place. So you creating these lists have their spacing methods. Each button has their spacing in between. The dimensions, the padding that you need. These stuffs, they are not just randomly picked. They have space 24 pixels in between them, or 24 points.
Wow. Interesting.
So all these have their own role to play. Now see that line. You see that stuff I'm telling you about. Yeah, you seeing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine. So,
like imagine space, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So on your own time, you can digest it more. So now, let's see. So you don't remove this when you are working. Just shut it off. Most people make the mistake of removing it. When you remove it, it goes. You can even save this, just like you save those colors. You can add this grid style. Let's say, let me shut it on. Let me put it on. Then you can save it and say test grid. Right? So you can decharge this style and shut it off. You see all your whole styles are here. So if you create text styles like this, I can create it as a style, add it, let's say header. So it's very necessary when you are creating something we call design system. I know we've come across design systems. Or if you're working on a big project, these are very important. So anytime you want to create a header, something like this, let's say you want this to look like this header, right? Are we following? You see what happened now? It just takes the shape. It just takes the size and stuff.
Took the properties.
Yes. So if you just click this, you can save it as, you can add it as normal text. So it takes the properties and stuff. So let's say this is.
Sorry, can I ask a question before you move on, please?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, the shapes that will be used on the design that are on the left side, on the layer.
Yeah.
Is it proper for us to rename them? The group.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
it is very important.
It is like very, very important for you to name, not even to name all your. You may not
Everything.
name one by one, except you want to animate them. Right? Like you can animate these stuff. If we had time, I would have shown you how to use prototype to make this move around and stuff. You get? So in that case, you have to name them. So now, but in the sense that they are just static, you can just group them and name them. So what I normally do is if I'm done with this page, I'll rename them. Also rename your text. Yes, we know there is welcome. This is the long text. So you can just rename this to paragraph. Right? Rename this to big text or something. So in the case that you want this to animate, switch to another one subtly, it doesn't just go. So if there's another big text on the next page, like something like this, if you name this thing big text, that means this will go up and change to good morning. I know that we're getting it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to always name your. Yeah. So I'm not usually a fan of this kind of button. I'm not usually a fan, but since we are replicating theirs, we'll go for it. Now, there are also basic shapes for buttons, basic sizes for buttons, right? You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. You can see this. It says it's about touch targets, so you have to consider the thumb, right?
Yeah.
You have to consider the thumb because it's a mobile screen of a person, so it should be smaller than this.
Consider what?
The thumb of the user. So it shouldn't be smaller than 36. And it's usually around 48, 36, thereabouts. If we are using material icon as a base. Now I use the material icon, design icons have this.
Like minimum, maximum.
Yes, minimum. It's not really like minimum. Like watch what they 36 is the size of the button, but the margin top and the margin, the size of the height of the margin is 48 from top to bottom.
Okay.
So, but it can be bigger than this. I don't know what I will get, but it shouldn't be smaller than this. But if you're using the material icon, the material design specification, you have to use all this. Let's go. I know we are tired. Maybe we'll just do this one screen. So now with this, this is a plugin I also use. The material icon, design icons. I can select this. So can change the color. You can select both and use this. And group and change the name to login button. Now there's something that some people used to complain about, maybe these let's say their stuff, if they want to export it, is outside, or if they want to open this is scrolling with it. I don't know whether anybody have experienced that.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you fixed it? Do you know the cause?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So
I didn't get that.
Okay, for example, if you click on this.
Okay.
No.
Everything follows.
So now if you click on this, okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Has this one happened to you before?
Okay, highlighting everything and dragging.
Yeah. Not is highlight is scaling only one. Have you experienced it before?
I've never experienced it.
Okay, that means you experience it soon. So yeah, you fix it by using constraints. So this constraint is also very important when you are building from responsiveness, right? So when you're building for responsiveness, so that thing that Bootstrap does, you can still do it with your designs. So you can set something to display a particular way when it gets to particular screen sizes. I know that we're getting what I'm saying.
I understand. Yeah. Like you have the landscape portrait, then you have the different sizes of devices, ranging from the tab, the phone, the desktop.
Yeah. Yeah, let me come
the sign up here is kind of older.
Sign
up.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm still trying to make it not to run out of the page.
Okay.
So let's say so now creating this stuff, using this stuff, let me give you an example. I want this to remain at the right hand side. When
What's that?
I want this, if I'm opening it, to remain at this right hand side. Then this one will, I want it to move this way. So let's try something. It's not in the scope of what I'm supposed to be showing.
Okay, that's good.
So you can select whether you want it to stay on the left, on the right, left and right, or center. So let's say we want it to go to the right. So let's say we want it to go to the top. So let's check something. Now, Okay, now we want this to stay to the left. So this always stays to the left. Why this moves? So
To the
is
right.
that it's actually splitting because they are
Screen is getting wider.
it's getting wider. So it's trying to cover the right position, and this one is also moving, sticking to the right that it was set to. But if I set this to the left, if I set both to the left,
Everything moves to the left.
if I set nothing moves. If I set this to the left, everything stays on the left. The welcome that was moving earlier constantly
Yes.
stays there. Now,
The line was straighter.
so with practice, when you are practicing and you are using it more, you understand it better, right?
Yes.
So basically, that's it. I'm not into like redesigning this like from scratch to scratch or trying to analyze what's wrong or right with this design. I just wanted us to make use of most of the tools here, which I think we've touched most of them, although there are still plenty of tools that I think even now that I'm talking to you, I've been using Figma all through today, and I'm just seeing this hand tool. So I'm still going to test it for panel. Interesting.
So asking what Figma is this? No, what I have.
So now, is there any other thing I told you guys I'll show you? The plugins. Now, my favorite plugins. I use blobs. We know about blobs, right?
Nope.
Any other person? Other people know blobs. Okay, now blob is just make an ugly shape. If you want to make an ugly shape.
An ugly shape. Okay.
Yeah, something like this. You see something like this in the science, right? Something like irregular shapes. You can easily make an
Fine, now
irregular shape.
flexible like this.
So you can use blob. Then I use what I call content rail. You have content
rail.
Yeah. Now look at what content rail is. So instead of cracking your head about, let's say, you are creating let me say, an app that has data of people, right? So let's say, so you don't want to use John Doe everywhere, right? So you can just something like this. Let me just show you an example. It should be 14. Now, how many of you make use of this?
This guy zoom out.
Can I? I can't. Let me see. I can't. I don't think. I can't, but I can't find it where I zoom out now. So you have to manage it. So now this is like you used to control the spacing between these elements. So when they are, but it doesn't show up always. So you have to make sure they are aligned before it shows up. So up and down can change the distance between them.
Okay.
So with this, I just want to show you how the content rel works. So now it's showing distance between two of them now, so I can change this to 20. So let me duplicate this.
Based on cards.
So now I want to change this. So I'll just click on names. So I'll just click on names. It changes the name. Are you following?
Yeah.
So it gives it
So, sorry, my network was bad. So, I know you clicked on content plugins and created another frame, but
I don't know.
okay.
sorry.
I just created this content, right?
Okay.
So I just
Okay.
want to show
With
you how-
basic shape, the circles with basic shape or basic
Yeah,
circle shape.
I just created, this like a list of maybe an app that lists people or something. So I'm showing you how you can use this content.
That's okay, like my WhatsApp or something.
Exactly. So you can use this, like if you want,
Okay.
if what will be here will be an address. You can change this address to your real address.
Okay.
Select what you want to show. If you want the country to show. If you want the
Wow.
zip address,
Interesting.
so you can apply it. So you see it shows. But it's going to the because so it makes you not to bother using too much of to get dummy data is not hard. So it will look like real data, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see.
That's nice.
So for this, you can also use it to change avatars.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah?
Making jest of me.
No, at all.
So you see how easy it is to create content. So this is one of my favorites, especially when I'm working on a big project. So also have this. I use this content body is also good, but it's not as it's for replacing content. Like if I want to replace this now, I want to replace.
Okay.
I can type everywhere that it appears. I can type Ojuju. You see what happened now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it replaces all the whole places that will have Ojuju. So if you're working on a very, very, very big project and they will say, oh, change the buttons. Yeah, we don't like login, use sign in.
Sign it. Okay.
So
Just
instead
click
of
on it.
looking on it, looking for all the whole places that sign in appears, what you just use, go to contents body,
Content body.
you see search for sign in. You get
Then you change.
Very nice.
search for sign in. You click on replace content and you replace it, right?
Yeah.
So that's for that. Then I also use I use this. This one was I don't know if most of you are if you're active on Twitter, you see when they would release notifiers. So if Figma does GIF.
That's what, yeah,
They
GIF.
do
Yeah, you can use GIF on Figma.
GIF. Okay.
Yeah. So you can use this to get GIFs that, let me say, I want to create a success message. Let's say success. Or a loading page or a loading progress bar or something. So I can just say, I want to use this kind of GIF. I just click. convert to GIF, add to Figma.
This is nice.
It's awesome.
So you can, why is it not adding yet? So it usually takes some time, then it adds to Figma. But you can't see the effect till when you prototype. It will be like an image to your prototype. So now it has added. Let me see. Because I select something.
Can we prototype to check?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
So see it here. It has added here. Now, if you want to see, it's not looking like this, right? So if you click here, you can set the frame that you want to show. So see, it's now showing this.
What did you do?
You click here. Click here. You can set the frame.
Okay.
See the initial frame like it was.
Okay.
So you can set this frame to show like this.
Alright.
So that's like the starting frame. So you can prototype. So it will take time, still loading. So that's for notifiers. Actually have
all these plugs in.
So you don't really need to worry yourself about plugins and the rest. Then I use this.
I think everything. Okay.
I use Veterinary 3D for mockups sometimes.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm kind of too forward right now. There's this where you, let's say, as the two frames that we have Android 1 and Android 2.
Yes.
Then let's say we are done with you.
You see it?
Yes. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice. So, are you listening to me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, like we have Android 1 and Android 2. Let's just assume we're done with the design now. Then I want to prototype it like this one. This mock-up on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible I use Figma to do something like that?
To prototype?
Like yes, like this one.
Yes, sir.
I use Figma to prototype.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, if you click on prototype, you just if you click here,
yeah,
you take it.
I actually used the wrong word.
Huh?
Sorry, I used the wrong word. I said prototype. To mock up like this. Can you use Figma?
Okay. Yeah, I want to ask that same question.
Okay.
Is it possible?
Okay, let me show you a plugin. Veterinary 3D or Vectary 3D.
Okay.
So I click something like this. Most of them is locked. So I click something like this. Are you seeing something I'm doing? I see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'll click something like this frame.
This frame.
I click this frame at the bottom. So are you seeing it? So you can just save as you. So it takes some time, then renders as a mockup. You can also use a system screen. So it has rendered as a mockup. So that's what I mostly use for my mockups. Although you can still There's a site you can convert. You can get Figma mockups.
Okay.
What's the name of that site again? Let me get the name of the site. Yeah, Figma Crush.
Figma what?
FigmaCrush.com.
Crush. Oh, okay.
So you can get different mockups
Great.
with Figma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we transfer our Figma design directive to any one we like,
Yeah, you just change the screen. Just like you do in this thing.
It's like I am this tired.
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired.
I'm not eating.
Why have you not eaten by this time? Do you want to die?
I came home very late. I came home around 9:00, so I just absorbed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I think we are just for here. Just start with let it go.
There's also an image palette. Listen, you can get any color from an image. Like if you see a beautiful image, you like the color combination, and you don't know how to get the colors out. Instead of using one to picking the colors, you can just click like
The
this
image palette.
image now. If I just get that image palette,
Yeah.
see all the whole colors that I used.
Yeah.
So it saves it as so I have basically, you've seen this noise, then Iconify is one of my best. It has all icons. So it has all icons, like material design icons, Google material icons, box icons, font awesome icons, and feather icons, and all the rest.
Everything is here. So
Everything.
for you to
So I don't go outside mostly to look for icons.
To search for stuff.
Yeah, except the one.
Sorry, please. You wanted to show us something, but I have a question. I saw chat just now.
Chat.
Yes.
Where? Okay. Here.
That bullet. Yeah.
Have I used? I've not really used this, but I feel you can
designing
use. Yeah, if you want to create a pie chart.
Analytics and
exactly.
Pie chart, dashboards.
For mostly dashboards, yeah.
Okay.
So.
I don't remember the last time I did it. I used it in my hand. It was not funny.
You can still use your hand. You can.
Yeah.
So this like creating
this thing is very. The last time I tried this,
so same here too.
It was not funny.
So the last time to draw it.
I was drawing it, then I got to a place I was actually stuck, and I liked the design like that.
No, you can actually use hand to draw this. I can't.
Yeah.
I prefer is I take control of every. Okay, let me see. Let's see.
Yeah, there are some other designs like the bar charts like right now. They share it into like 3. Where you have they change the color of the 3 bar charts, the 3 sections rather.
Yeah, not about the bar.
Yeah. So
is it not something like?
Can you do like something like
Can we do
this.
something
Then
like
when
this?
you
Or
go
what
to
did you
the
say?
pie too, where the no, I know we can do. The first time I was trying something like this, I actually drew everything like this. I labeled it like this. Then it was someone that showed me there was this plugin that is possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
possible.
I'm actually I, I'm actually curious about the pie chart, the pie right now.
Okay. So what do you want to know about the pie chart?
Yeah, the pie. Yeah, you know, there's this part. There's this design I saw. They actually shared the pie into three, with three different colors representing each percentage of what they were actually analyzing.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like each of the parts. Yeah, you can change the colors.
Sectors.
Like let's say
Okay.
you have 3 segments
Yes.
like this.
Yes.
So
Then when we have three like this, there's this circle in between that makes them separate from each other.
Yeah, that
Each
was very
segment.
good. Yes, this.
Something like this. Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
this one.
Yes.
Okay. So what you just do,
Then each segment will have different colors.
different colors. The colors is not actually a problem. See, like I've not. This is like the first time I'm stumbling on it, but I've had it, but I've not used it for any project before. So, but see what you do. Like for example, you have this, then you increase the inner radius, right? Something like this. So let's say it's 3 segments, right? So each of these
Let's try the outer radius.
outer radius will increase the size of the outer radius.
Yeah.
So let's say, so if you want to change the color of this, you change it.
Awesome.
Get so you can just change. You can change the text. You can say it's Lagos. And so this is Ogun.
Abuja.
So it's Abuja. You get?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, really appreciate it.
So I've had it, but I've not used it. But I know it was important when I got it. So you can also use another one I use mostly. Yeah, I use this Figmoji to get emojis. So you want to put emojis in your designs. They are not far-fetched.
For mobile. Okay.
So which other one? I use on Splash too to get images. I use wireframe. Then I use this for what's it called? There's one I used to create flows.
User flow?
Yes, I use it to create user flows. Something flow.
No. Autoflow.
Yeah, autoflow.
Second.
So you can use autoflow to create flows. Like if you're working on setting a user flow for, let's say, I'm working on setting a user flow. See what just happened. So just create this for you. Right. So you should automatically create flow. So you normally create the shapes before you open it, because once you open it, it automatically keeps on creating these flows. You know, most of these still have bugs in it. They are still fixing them. Most of them are still in beta version. So that's basically it for this. There are still many things to learn about. Figma, but
Figma.
that should be it for today.
I really appreciate, man.
Mm,
Thank you
thank
very
you very much.
No problem.
much. It's nice having you on IDF too.
Let me try and learn now. So actually let's go back to WhatsApp. I think should stop recording it now.